Over here, you see all the metal that we've taken out of the Ford already, gas tank, floorboards, and my old weed eater. Over here, you can see the original hood that we're in the process of modifying. Something that's real common on a hood is what's called nosing the hood. I don't really like that terminology, but I don't know what else to call it. A lot of times they'll take a big old slice out of it and lower it, or take a bunch of pie cuts. We're using a different approach here because I really don't want to change the shape of the hood back here as much as just taking a little bit of the weight off the nose of the car. The original contour would come down and be about an inch or so right there taller. And we're just wanting to kind of diminish the heavy aspect of the front of the car because this, while it is, got that teardrop look, bigger in the front, smaller in the back. As we're removing a lot of the profile in the back, the front I think would just look kind of cumbersome. So we've got this center rib made. Richard and Delton are in the process of making the side pieces here. It's a real simple looking piece, but as you put your hands on it and start to shape it, you see that it has a contour here, which flows into a reverse right there, which we haven't completed on this piece yet. But that's what it's going to take. It's going to take a dome shape to come into like what you do on a fairing. This is going to test our abilities here, and I'm really excited to see the end result because I think looking at the profile of the car, the nose having the right shape to it, is going to be one of those things that somebody will see it and say, man, that car looks good, but they don't really know why. And that to me is the key to customizing cars, is to look at it and be like, man, that looks good, and kind of wonder what did they do to it. If they walk up and they say, oh, they pie cut the hood 20 times, or man, they nosed the hood, then that's kind of obvious, and I like the real subtle changes to it. I don't like when you walk up to a car and something sticks out like a sore thumb. The designers, when they designed this car back in 49, when they did the body style, did a great job. We don't need to change it completely. We just need to do some subtle changes to make it unique, kind of more with our style that we have in this day and age. And that's what this kind of project's about. It's a lot of time, but this little bit of a detail here is going to make a pretty dramatic impact. And people kind of wonder why does it look so good?
We've actually what they called pancake or nose the hood to give it a little bit more of a streamline to where it fits the fender curves and everything, just blends all in a little bit smoother and gives it a little bit slicker appearance than what came from the factory. As you can tell, if you look, how it just kind of came out and nose down. And that's one of the main things that we were trying to get away from. We wanted to be a little bit more streamlined, like I said, and fit our fender slopes and everything. So what we did, there's an option we could have pie cut, and worked it down, but we took the option as just start from scratch. We cut the nose out and basically hand formed. Spent a lot of time on the English wheel. We had to do a lot of shrinking and to get everything to lay down, because not only are you curving this way, but you're actually curving and having to flatten back out to meet the edge of your hood where it lines up with the fenders. And so once we got it like pretty tight, exactly where we wanted it, then we tack welded it in, and then just actually started welding in like 3/4 inch increments, just like hit or miss around, just trying to keep the heat and like to keep the warpage of the hood down, to which you're always going to have some. And you can tell where we've had to shrink some down after the, it came, it was a little high here, a little high, but we got it worked down to where we think we've got the look we were going for.